Hey everyone, this is your boy Seth, and we're back at it again. And tonight we're going to talk about the SEC tournament going down this starting tomorrow. But before we get started on the SEC tournament, I'm kind of old school. I'm kind of going to do it on my board. I know people get these computers and just kind of do it on their computers and stuff. I don't got a computer yet. I got to get one. Um, but before we get started, I need everyone to do me a big real favor. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and if you like my content, please share it. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys make this channel. I couldn't do it without you. So with all that being said, I hope I can get your support in this YouTube channel. I appreciate you for subscribing and everything. So let's jump into this SEC tournament. And like I said, I'm a little old school. I like to talk about each game a little bit and then give you my predictions of who's going to win. And we'll fill out the whole entire bracket. So bear with me. It might take a few minutes, but we'll get it done. So we're going to start out with this first game talking about Texas A&M taking on Vandy. So Texas A&M just come off lost Arkansas. Had Arkansas down two with 55 seconds left. They had a chance to beat them. I just feel like Arkansas was the better team. Made the plays at the end of the game to win the game. But I was really impressed with the way A&M played. They got some better leadership with Savion Flag and the Moore kid and the Jackson kid. They came to play. Um, so you have to look out for A&M. Vandy's just kind of Vandy like they've always been. They might show up and win a game here and there, but they're just not a very good ball club right now. COVID's took a lot of people out of the game this year. It's set now. I mean, the Texas A&M hasn't played in a month. They lost to Mississippi State and then they lost to Arkansas, but played a much better game against Arkansas than they did Mississippi State. But with that being said, Texas A&M Vandy, I believe Texas A&M is the better basketball team. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on this line and say they're gonna win this game. So let's go ahead and put Texas A&M down. So I'm gonna turn for a second. And write them down. We got Texas A&M right here. So that's the Wednesday night game. So that starts tomorrow. So the first game on Thursday, we're gonna have Mississippi State and Kentucky. So they've already played once this year. Kentucky won at Mississippi State. I think it was in overtime. It was a really close game. Um, but this is on neutral floor, and I really believe this is like Kentucky seems to always show up during tournament time. They're really good during tournament time. They won't have all the fans they usually have. But with that being said, I just don't see Mississippi State taking down Kentucky. Kentucky is just too good. So they're not as good as they usually are, but I believe they're better than Mississippi State on a neutral floor in most days. So let's go ahead and let's put Kentucky down. Let's go win this game. So then you got the matchup with Kentucky, Alabama, Texas A&M, and Florida. So uh, we'll come back to these games. We're gonna go ahead to the Georgia Missouri game, and so we got Georgia Missouri. Georgia beat Missouri the first time in Georgia in Athens, but you got to remember that Missouri did not have Jeremiah Tillman this game, so Georgia won that game. I don't think Georgia wins that game. Missouri has Jeremiah Tillman, so we're gonna go ahead with him being back. Let's go ahead and say Missouri's gonna beat Georgia. I really believe that. I think Missouri's a much better team with Jeremiah Tillman than they are without. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna write Missouri down for this game. So let's go ahead and turn my head for a second. Put Missouri. So you got Missouri and Arkansas. The next game we're gonna talk about is South Carolina taking on Ole Miss. This tournament's huge for Ole Miss. If they want to get to the big dance, they're going to have to win a few games. I really think they're going to have to make the finals to make it to the NCAA tournament. So they got to take it one game at a time. I don't think anything less than a final run, Ole Miss don't get in. That's just my opinion. But South Carolina's just not very good. They've had a lot of COVID issues also. But I mean, Arkansas went to South Carolina and beat them 30. I mean, Kentucky just beat them like 28. So I don't see South Carolina changing ways. I'm gonna sit here and go say Ole Miss wins this game. and Ole Miss is going to take on LSU. So let's put Ole Miss right here. So then you got in quarterfinals, you got Kentucky taking on Alabama, Texas A&M taking on Florida, Missouri taking on Arkansas, and Ole Miss taking on LSU. So let's get in this first game of Kentucky, Alabama. Alabama drum Kentucky in Kentucky. Kentucky came to Alabama. It was a little bit closer. Kentucky played with them a little longer. I do think Alabama's a more experienced ball club than Kentucky. So, but this is what I'm going to tell you. It is hard to beat a team 3 times. I don't care who you play, who you are. It's hard to beat anybody 3 times. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Kentucky, I believe, upsets Alabama in the quarterfinals. So, let's go ahead and put Kentucky out here because Kentucky always shows up during tournament time. I don't know why or how they do it, but it seems it never fails. Kentucky's had a horrible year this year. They'll have to win the tournament to get in the NCAA. I believe this is my first upset in the tournament. The number 1 seed goes down to Kentucky. So let's put Kentucky out here. So we're going to talk about this next game. Texas A&M and Florida. Texas A&M and Florida. A&M's, they survived the Vandy game. They move on to the next round. I don't think they're going to beat Florida. I think Florida's just more talented all the way around the board. Unless they play like they did against Arkansas, they have a chance. But I just don't see that happening. Not back-to-back games, not 3 games. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it happening again. So we're going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and put Florida against Tennessee. So we'll go here to the other side. You got Missouri, Arkansas. This is the 3rd time they've played. Each time they've played, somebody's been missing from the game. The first game, Justin Smith for Arkansas was hurt. The second game they played, Missouri, Jeremiah Tillman was missing in action. And then they're going to play again, and Arkansas is going to be without Jalen Williams. From what all indications is because of COVID protocols and stuff, because he was around somebody with COVID. So all 3 games, somebody's been missing somebody. So with that being said, this ought to be a really good game. Justin Smith, Jeremiah Tillman, the third time they're meeting. I believe it's going to be close. I believe it could go to overtime, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I think Missouri is more experienced, but I think Arkansas has better athletes, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think the Hogs move on. They're the hottest team in the SEC right now, and I think they keep on rolling, and they move into the semifinals. Sorry about my writing. It's not real good right now. So then you got Ole Miss and LSU. They've played once. They played in Ole Miss. They played at Ole Miss. I really do believe Ole Miss has to have this game to move on, to get close to the NCAA tournament. Like I said before, I think they gotta make it to the finals. LSU, they're just trying. They're in the tournament. They're fighting for better seating. But I think this is gonna be. I really believe LSU is going to take Ole Miss. A lot of people picking Ole Miss, and I don't think Ole Miss is going to beat LSU. Not on a neutral floor. I think LSU's a better team. You got Cam Thomas, Watford, Darius Day. They're really good. They can shoot the ball. Cam Thomas is an electric freshman, just like Moses Moody is. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and put LSU over here against Arkansas in the semifinals. So, and then we're going to talk about Florida, Tennessee. Florida, Tennessee just played. Tennessee beat them at Tennessee. So, most people would expect that to happen. Tennessee to beat them at Tennessee. But like I said before, we're playing on a neutral floor. Not many fans. So, and it's hard to turn around and beat a team, 1 week and then turn around and beat them again the next week. So Florida's got Trey Appleby, and then they got Mann, Castleton. So I really believe Florida's going to take down Tennessee here. I believe the 5's going to take down the 4. So I'm going to go with Florida. So in my semifinals, I got Arkansas, LSU, Kentucky, Florida. So I know that's some surprises here, but this is just how I see it going to play out. This team right here, you cannot count them out in tournaments. That's just how I feel. I'm not a Kentucky fan. I'm a Hog fan. But Kentucky scares me in tournaments like this. So, but with that being said, I'm going to go with Florida-Kentucky game. Florida beat Kentucky in Kentucky a couple weeks ago. Huge game. I really believe Florida gets it done again in the semifinal game. So I'm going to go Florida right here. Florida's in the finals. And then we got this Arkansas LSU game. Arkansas LSU. Arkansas beat LSU pretty good in LSU. LSU beat Arkansas pretty good in Baton Rouge. So, did I say Arkansas beat them twice? Excuse me. Arkansas beat them good in Fayetteville, and then LSU beat Arkansas really good in Baton Rouge. So, both teams kind of blowout. I believe this is going to be a closer game. Arkansas's got a dominant. This is Rosen Moody, Cam Thomas show. That's what it's going to be. I believe two amazing freshmen, both probably going to the NBA this year. So I believe Arkansas is the better team. But when LSU beat Arkansas didn't have Justin Smith, so he wasn't. Came back the next game, still wasn't healthy, but he's more healthy now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Arkansas down here. I think Arkansas takes care of LSU takes care of LSU. So the championship game, you got Arkansas, Florida. Arkansas beat Florida in Fayetteville. Florida was just coming off a COVID leave. Had missed 13 days, kind of got their legs, got back into it, kind of took the lead. We ended up winning, coming back, went on like a 9-2 run, winning by 7 or 9 points, somewhere around there. But Florida is back to normal. And I'm a huge Arkansas fan. I want Arkansas to win. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to go with Florida. Because the streak's going to run out sometime. If my streak's going to run out, I'd rather be right here than the NCAA tournament. So, Florida wins the SEC tournament. So, congratulations to the Gator fans. These are my picks. And we'll see. But before we leave, please, everyone, do your boy Seth a favor and please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and if you like my content, share it. God bless you all. Appreciate you all. You make this channel, I don't. Thank you so much for being here.